welcome back to League Football Weekly. In today's video, I will be analyzing the match between Arsenal and Leicester City. Arteta's men visited King Power Stadium for the League Cup fixture against Leicester City. Arsenal won the tie 2-0 as Christian Fuchs scored an own goal and Nketiah got the second one. Now, let's move on to the formation used by both the teams. Let's look at what Leicester did with the ball when they were in possession. Leicester City, throughout the match, were always looking for ways to play out from the back using the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper would pass the ball to one of the centre backs who can now look up for more options in the midfield. As shown in the illustration, when Morgan passes the ball to Fuchs, the three frontmen of Arsenal are closely marking the three defenders of Leicester City. Arsenal's front three are marking the defender so well that Fuchs has no option available to him. To help him out, Hall drops into the space between Nketiah and Pepe and pulls Willock with him. As Hall takes Willock with him, Maddison quickly moves into the space left behind by Hall, and Elneny follows him, leaving a big gap in midfield that is then taken advantage by Gray as he moves behind Elneny. As Gray is now roaming free between the defense and midfield line of Arsenal, Fuchs plays a lob ball ahead which is headed back to Gray by Iheanacho, which launches a counter-attack. Now, let's take a look at what Arsenal did with the ball when they were in possession. Arsenal throughout the match were also constantly trying to build up from the back using their centre-backs. Now, let's take a look at the illustration. When Luiz passes the ball to Holding, Iheanacho quickly moves near Luiz, removing him as one of the passing options for Holding. Holding now takes the ball up the field and Niles starts moving backward to give him cover. As Holding is bringing the ball upfield, Willock quickly moves behind the midfield line of Leicester City. Leicester always overloaded the side with the ball and pressed in a cup-shaped midfield to get the ball from the ball holder. To prevent Hamza and Gray from pressing Holding and taking the ball from him, Elneny stays inside this cup, which forces the Leicester midfielders to retain their shape. With the help from Elneny, Holding can now look up and see that Kolasinac and Saka are in plenty of space, and if he gives the ball to them, they'll have plenty of space to run into, as Leicester have forced majority of their midfield to one side of the pitch. Now let's take a look at the defensive tactics used by Leicester City. Leicester started the match with a 4-2-3-1 formation, but moved into a 5-4-1 formation while defending, as Albrighton dropped into the right wing back space as Amarte moved inside. This proved beneficial as Albrighton marked Saka very well throughout the match and only allowed him 2 or 3 chances to put in a cross. Now, let's take a look at the illustration. Elneny has the ball and Leicester midfielders now quickly form the cup shape, which was discussed in the previous illustration. The only viable options for Elneny in this situation were Kolasinac, Niles, Holding or Luiz. Nketiah, trying to break this midfield shape, moves between Hall and Hamza to become a passing option for Elneny, but as he does this, Morgan quickly chases him down, eliminating him as an option for pass for Elneny. With Albrighton being the right wing back and Morgan going up the field, leaving a gap in the defense, Amarte moves to the centre-back position and Albrighton quickly moves into the right-back position. Due to this tactic, Leicester were always a man up in defence in case a defender left to cover another Arsenal player and move up the field. Nketiah, realizing that Morgan is right behind him, passes the ball back to Elneny, and Arsenal are back in the same situation they were in a few moments ago. Now, let's take a look at how Arsenal defended. Similar to Leicester, Arsenal also adopted a 5-4-1 system while defending. But instead of overloading the player with the ball on one side with their midfielder, Arsenal adopted a different system than Leicester did. Let's understand how Arsenal defended by looking at the illustration. When Fuchs passes the ball to Thomas, Pepe and Maitland-Niles are very close to him and prevent him from playing any pass to Maddison. Due to this pressure from Pepe and Niles, Thomas has to pass the ball back to Hall. As Hall receives the ball, Nketiah moves a bit closer to the defense line of Leicester City to intercept any pass Hall tries to attempt to Morgan. Willock now moves out of his position from the midfield 4 and starts to put pressure on Hall. As Nketiah moves closer to the defense line, Hamza gets into the space left behind by Nketiah to become a passing option for Hall. Hall now has 2 passing options, either play a lofted ball to Mark Albrighton on the far right or play a pass to Hamza. In the first case, whenever Hall tried to play the ball to Mark Albrighton, Saka easily headed it away. This was also due to the fact that Arsenal never overloaded one side and that allowed them to keep their width and defend all the long balls from one side of the field to the other. In the second case, if Hall tries to pass the ball to Hamza, Nketiah starts moving toward Hamza to create little pressure. Willock then takes his place in the midfield 4 and the team altogether starts moving towards the left to close down any space available to Mark Albrighton or Gray. Now, let's take a look at the 4 key players of the match. Nelson was always a problem for the Leicester defense as he took 4 shots, most in the Arsenal team, of which 2 were on target, and also he boasted a passing accuracy of 93%, which was the highest in the Arsenal team. Next we have is Leicester City captain Wes Morgan, Morgan had 2 interceptions and 2 clearances to his name in the match. He also won the highest number of aerial battles for his team. He bailed his team out of many dangerous situations, which also included a goal line clearance. Our next key player is the Arsenal captain. Luiz had the highest number of interception and clearances for his team and also won 2 aerial battles. Although Iheanacho did get past Luiz many times in the first half, he was not able to do so in the second half as Luiz tightened his marking around him. Dewsbury Hall is not a regular name in the Leicester squad, but in this match he proved his mettle. He had 4 key passes, which was the highest among both the teams, and had 3 interceptions to his name. His passing accuracy was 90%, which was the 4th highest in his Leicester squad. After analysing the match carefully, this is the combined 11 that I have put together. In goal we have Arsenal's Bernd Leno. Leno did not have much to save, but he made a very crucial save in the opening minutes of the match as Iheanacho got in between Holding and David Luiz taking a shot. But Leno was quick enough to get up the D and save the shot. At the fullback positions, we have Kolasinac in the left position and Holding in the right position, whereas the centre backs are David Luiz and Wes Morgan. For the combined 11, we have a 3-man midfield consisting of Saka, Dewsbury Hall, and Elneny. And as for the attackers, we have Nelson in the left wing position and Mark Albrighton in the right wing position. Although Mark Albrighton played the match as a right wing back most of the times, but when he came on to attack, he put in some good crosses which were always made by Leicester players. And we have Eddie Nketiah in strike. So that was my analysis of Arsenal versus Leicester City in the League Cup. Although both the teams were pretty strong in the first half, Arsenal took the charge in the second half and were also strong defensively as compared to Leicester City. Like the video if you liked my analysis of the match, and also subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you think I missed out something important in the match, please let me know in the comments. And contact me on social media if you want me to cover any upcoming match.